Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
And we begin with the local forecasters tracking a mix of rain, and I hate to say it in April, but a little bit of snow across Metro Detroit. I know, as we kick off the weekend.
Yeah, Andrew's here with another chilly weekend with some more snowflakes. Hey, Andrew.
Well, Karen and Devin, good to see you both this evening. And yes, that's the second time this month we've talked about the SN word, snow, but it is still there. Fortunately, not much appearing here on Storm Tracker 4 in terms of snowflakes, but a few raindrops are still out there with some a couple of pretty significant patches of rain that's falling. You can see them, though, mainly light to moderate rain, nothing too heavy, especially in these darker areas of green from Northville over to Wixom and just the west of Waterford. So for now, with temperatures above freezing in the low 40s here in town and middle and upper 30s elsewhere, we'll experience these scattered rain showers for the next couple of hours. 42 degrees currently. We had some of those scattered rain showers earlier, but also a mix of sunshine as well, providing these vibrant, beautiful pictures that were turned in by you, our viewers, on Local 4 Storm Pins. Download the Local Forecasters app, search WV on DIV and do it, and you can do it just like our weather watcher Littman did, Jay Littman over in Troy. Isn't that beautiful? A double rainbow here. Or our other weather watcher, Royo, over in St. Clair Shores with another beautiful picture of a rainbow. If you see any snowflakes overnight or tomorrow morning, you can share them as well. Now, how long will these snowflakes stick around? We'll talk about that in your weekend and 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Andrew. A federal jury finds the plot against Governor Whitmer wasn't so much a plot, but a motley crew entrapped by the FBI. 2
of the so-called Wolverine watchmen acquitted, and the jury deadlocks on the other 2. So now what? Mara McDonald live at the federal courthouse tonight. Mara, for starters, a retrial for the 2 that got the deadlocked decisions.
That's right, Devin. The federal prosecutors have already committed to that. And don't forget, there are state cases against these men and their alleged co-conspirators as well. The government tried to portray Adam Fox, Brandon Caserta, Barry Croft Jr., and Daniel Harris as capable plotters, intent on kidnapping the governor from her vacation home up north. The jury didn't buy it.
The government stuck with the witnesses that they used, right? And the FBI used some guys of questionable character. And anytime that happens, it's a live ball.
Mike Rattay has decades of federal court experience. He was on the defense team in another high-profile government failure when the FBI went after the so-called Hutari militia in Adrian for trying to overthrow the government. A federal judge threw that whole thing out. In the Whitmer kidnap case, the FBI used 12 informants and several agents, including one agent who was fired after beating his wife at a swingers party.
To me, this was a signal. A rogue FBI agent, trying to line his own pockets with his own cybersecurity company and then pushing the conspiracy that just never was, never was going to be. Our governor was never in any danger.
The jury found Daniel Harris of Lake Orion and Brandon Caserta of Canton not guilty on all charges and deadlocked on Adam Fox of Potterville and Barry Croft, who is from Delaware. They'll be retried again.
As a general proposition, retrials usually inure to the benefit of the government, but not always, but generally speaking. They'll do a reboot and they'll take a look at how they tried this case and they'll make some adjustments, but so will the defense lawyers.
Back here live, Rattay also sees an issue with the location of this trial, meaning the west side of the state. He believes that was a factor. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Mara, there, of course, is also a state case, and you have to wonder what these acquittals might have, if they have any relevance there.
Well, I asked Rattay the same thing, and he didn't want to be committal. He said, if you're really pressing me on it, he's like, the best I can give you is a maybe. He said it really depends on whether, these go to trial and whether a jury pool is aware of all this. He's like, bottom line, maybe. Back to you.
Interesting. What a day. All right, Mara. Karen.
3 high schools in Oakland County today receiving harassing phone calls and threats. Tonight, the sheriff's office says those threats to Oxford, Lake Orion, and Brandon high schools were not credible. Megan Woods live tonight with the very latest, and Megan, investigators say they are connected.
That's right. Investigators are saying the phone number that was used to call Brandon High School was the same number that called Lake Orion High School. And an upsetting part in all of this, especially for the sheriff, is that the people who answered these threatening phone calls said they heard laughing in the background, and the sheriff says this isn't a joke.
It's disgusting. It's disturbing. Yeah, absolutely. It makes me mad.
Brandon, Lake Orion, and Oxford high schools were all targets of threats Friday afternoon. The first call went to Oxford using what the sheriff described as a phony British accent. The caller claimed to be the same teen accused of killing 4 Oxford students and shooting 6 other students and a teacher.
And it makes me angry to invoke the name of someone that took someone's life and say I'm going to finish the job. That is inhumane to say those words to people in a community that have had to actually deal with the real life tragedy of that.
Extra patrols were sent to Oxford High School. In a second call to the school, a fake Indian accent was used. They told the caller law enforcement was on the way, and the caller hung up. Then there was a third call. A school resource deputy picked up, and the caller threatened to slap that deputy if they were to hang up on them. In the Brandon High School threat, the caller said there was a man outside in a black pickup truck with an AR-15 gun who would shoot up the school. Investigators say the same phone number was used to call Lake Orion High School.
We're not taking anything for granted. We're investigating every threat, regardless of how nonsensical in some cases it might be.
The sheriff says the phone numbers involved in these threatening calls had New York and Florida area codes, but they believe that they were using some sort of spoofing phone app. Live in Oakland County, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
And Megan, there may have been more school threats that happened today.
Well, that's a big possibility. That's what the sheriff says. They're checking with other law enforcement in the area, whether that's within Oakland County or outside of the county.
So disturbing. All right, Megan, we appreciate it.
Michigan State Police investigating after Taylor police shoot and kill a man that they say shot at officers.
Sky 4 over the scene at the Ponds apartment complex on Pond Village Drive. Investigators say officers responded to a shots fired call. After negotiations, they say the suspect came out and opened fire. The officers fired back, killing the 27-year-old man.
There was some conversation back and forth. That's something that we're going to talk to the officers about as we go on with our investigation, what kind of exchange was between them. Naturally, we're going to try to look into the suspect's past, see exactly what's going on with him, if there's any type of mental illness problems or what may have started this whole situation.
We're told no officers were hurt.
Township man is charged in connection with the murder of a 6-year-old boy. Terry Adams was nonverbal, partially blind, relied on hearing aids. Police say Adams died in December after being held underwater, causing him to drown. Hunter Locke Hughes was arraigned today on charges of first-degree child abuse and felony murder. Investigators say Locke Hughes was dating the child's mother. The child's father says he wants justice for his son.
He was my best friend. Me and him did everything together. I honestly, if it wasn't for my daughter, I really would not have no reason to be here right now. But I still can't believe it. I'm praying every day. I'm waking up. They're just going to tell me it's a joke. It's just a bad nightmare.
Bond is set at $1 million. Next court date is April 19th.
We're following the very latest on the war in Ukraine. President Biden signs 2 bills putting more sanctions on Russia and Belarus. One bill suspends normal trade relations. The other prohibits energy imports from Russia, including oil, coal, and natural gas. Meantime, at least 50 people were killed and almost 100 injured in a Russian missile strike on a Ukraine train station used as an evacuation hub. The UK's Ministry of Defense says Russian troops have fully withdrawn from northern Ukraine to Belarus and Russia.
Drivers need to beware. 2 major freeway closures in southeastern Michigan for the weekend. I-75 between I-696 all the way up to Square Lake Road, closed in Oakland County. Also, 13 Mile Road is closed under I-75 as crews set bridge beams on the overpasses at Gardenia and Lincoln Avenues. And then in Detroit, I-94 between I-75 and I-96 closed. Crews are removing the Grand River overpass above the freeway. MDOT says both freeways will reopen by the Monday morning commute. But if you're heading downtown or around town this weekend, be forewarned.
Sign spring has officially
No
started,
doubt about
right?
it. That's the first thing.
Still had a walk-off opening day win over at Comerica Park.
In fact, we'll hear from today's hero, Javi Baez, coming up in sports.
He approached two local deputies asking them for a favor. What then happened that sent the deputies to the hospital?
But first, an Oakland County man was living with his dead roommate for a month before deputies came knocking. The charges he now faces next.